Are you worthy enough to watch this movie? Did you see the first two? Because Thor Ragnarok is the third movie about Thor. The fifth in Phase 3 of Marvel Cinematic Universe, and the 17th Marvel Cinematic Universe movie overall. Of course, Thor is at the center of this story because he crash lands on a planet called Sakaar, where he must survive gladiatorial games against the Hulk, and then head back to Asgard to stop Hela, played by Cate Blanchett, and the impending Ragnarok. I'll stop with the accent. Fun to talk like Thor, not gonna lie. So, to be honest, this is my first experience with a Thor movie in the theater. I missed out on the first Thor movie and Thor the Dark World in the theater. For some strange reasons, I never saw those in the theater. I think the first Thor movie is pretty good. There are some issues I have with that movie, but for the most part, it's good. Thor the Dark World is average, but it's average in that way that's entertaining and keeps you engaged. It's definitely my least favorite of the entire Marvel Cinematic Universe, but I don't hate Thor the Dark World. I can definitely watch it. So I was excited, though, because this was the first time I was seeing a Thor movie in theaters to watch this on the big screen, and my God, I was not disappointed. This was a blast from start to finish. This is definitely my second favorite movie of Phase 3 behind Civil War, and it's probably one of my favorite Marvel Cinematic Universe movies. Really worked with Ragnarok was the fact that they kind of made Thor more likable and actually a character. Like, the dialogue that comes out of his mouth just feels more natural and genuine, kind of like something you would hear in today, just kind of, joking around. It seems like, from his experiences in the past movies on Earth, that he has really adapted. And that's a really big character development arc for Thor. That's really what I wanted to see, and I got that. With Thor, he gets to use his powers more. It's not just him swinging a hammer and bashing things and doing stuff like that. He's not the god of hammers. He's the god of thunder. So when he's using his other powers, pretty dope. The biggest thing, in my opinion, that this movie has going for it is setting this movie in the cosmos and not on Earth. I thought that really hindered Thor the Dark World because I thought that you could have cut Natalie Portman's character and Kat Dennings' character out of that movie. That I thought should have been set in the cosmos. This one finally was. No offense to Natalie Portman, I have nothing against her in these movies, and I actually like Jane Foster as a character, but it was just so refreshing to see a Thor movie that didn't have to deal with her and any of the Earth stuff. I mean, there is one scene on Earth, but it's only one scene, and setting it in the cosmos really set up a fun adventure. Blast watching this movie. It's funny, the dialogue is really witty. It's really interesting that the director, Taika Wattiti, said that 80% of the dialogue was improvised, and you can tell. But that's not a bad thing for a movie like this. It really kind of made the characters feel more natural, and the actors, more natural, I guess. Just kind of, more relatable and genuine. Action scenes were awesome, fun to watch. Nothing groundbreaking, but just the right amount of popcorn fun. That's what this was. Popcorn fun in these action scenes. And I had a blast, especially towards the end. I was just like, this is what I wanted to see Thor do for 2 movies now. And he finally did it. To the humor, this is a funny movie. There were some scenes I was dying of laughter. One scene in particular, it's funny. It's witty. It's got some really great dialogue in here. The visual scenery is really, really good. It's got great cinematography. To go along with that visual aesthetic, it's also a very colorful movie, which adds to the visual scope of this. Characters were also really well integrated in the movie. My favorite happened to be Valkyrie, played by Tessa Thompson. She had a wild side to her, which I didn't really expect. That was a nice little touch that they did there. Goldblum. As the Grandmaster, there's only so much you can take of Jeff Goldblum, and in this, it's just right. Which, he didn't overstay his welcome, which was really, really good. Villain Hela was also really good. That's something Marvel has actually done pretty well with their past few movies. Ego in Guardians 2, Vulture in Spider-Man Homecoming, and now Hela in Thor Ragnarok. All really solid villains. Blanchett was really menacing as the goddess of death. And really some dark imagery. There are some pretty brutal deaths for a Thor movie in this movie. There was one scene where I was just like, holy shit, she just did that. What made it so great was that you could tell Cate Blanchett was just having so much fun in this role. That's really what I want from these Marvel movies, is just the actors to look like they're having fun. And everybody in this movie looked like they were having fun. I had fun watching this movie. When that happens, the more entertainment you're going to get. As for issues with the movie, I have a couple minor ones that actually might seem more like nitpicks. A couple scenes of CGI where I was like, that could have been done a lot better, especially with this fire demon especially at the end. Reminded me of that gold thing from the new Power Rangers. I never want to think of that thing again. Took me out of the movie for a minute too, because I thought of Kronos from Wrath of the Titans and the fire monster from Moana as well. I guess that's where I draw parallels. Character of Scourge, just kind of disposable. Nothing to do with Carl Urban's performance. It was just the character itself. There's something that happens that's predictable, and I'm just like, nah. But again, those are just a couple issues or nitpicks that I had with the movie. I had a blast with this movie. This is definitely my second favorite of Phase 3. One of my favorites in the Marvel Cinematic Universe. I am going to give Thor Ragnarok an A. Definitely check this one out, guys, especially if you're a fan of the Marvel Cinematic Universe. Thank you for watching my review of Thor Ragnarok. I will have more content coming your way soon. You can like me on Facebook, follow me on Twitter, and check out some other content I have done. You can subscribe at the end of this video and check out some other reviews I have done. Until next time, I will see you then.